Something is shifting in the heavens tonight, and if you're feeling it, it's not by chance. This isn't just another night, but a convergence of energies spoken of in ancient texts that is about to affect you on a very personal level. You have been chosen to witness this transformation. Your soul has been called to pay attention. An ancient prophecy, tucked away in old texts, speaks of this very event, a moment when the moon aligns in a particular way, triggering a personal reckoning. This isn't just a cosmic happening, it's a call to those who feel the shift, a direct message to your heart. The moon is acting like a cosmic mirror, showing you what you've been hiding from yourself. The patterns in the sky reflect the patterns in your life. Are you ready to look into the mirror, to see both the beauty and the chaos that is within? Tonight is your last chance to prepare. This isn't something that will gradually happen, it is already unfolding. The alignment is already in place, and before dawn on January 7th, things will be very different. This isn't just another full moon. It's a pivotal point in the cycle of celestial and personal transformation. The universe is asking you to witness its dance, and you're a key participant. This pattern has been repeating for eons, and now it is your turn to step into this ancient dance of destiny. This energy will affect you on all levels. You might be having intense emotions or experiencing physical changes that you don't understand. This isn't some random event. Your whole life will be changing. Most people are unaware of the significance of this night, but you aren't here by accident. This message found you for a reason. This hidden knowledge is meant for you and your unique path. This shift isn't going to be comfortable, but it's necessary. It's a gift, a chance to break free from the old cycles that no longer serve you. What you perceive as chaos will help you align with a better version of yourself, if you choose to accept it. The prophecy originates in the ancient civilization of the Sumerians, who were deeply connected to the moon and were aware of the cycles of time. Their wisdom is only now coming to light, after being hidden for centuries. The veil between worlds is thinning, which means you are not just receiving information, but also interacting with other energies and forces, some beneficial and some not. You might start noticing repeating numbers, unusual animal encounters, or a strong sense of déjà vu. These aren't coincidences. They are whispers from the universe that is trying to guide you, attempting to give you the clues you need to move forward. The patterns of the universe reflect your own inner process of transformation. There will be moments of chaos, but also moments of great clarity. You will not be the same after this. It's unavoidable. Your life is about to take a very different trajectory. Have you felt these unusual energies, and are you willing to acknowledge where they are coming from? Are you ready to handle who or what might be watching you, because you are not alone in this? With this access to other realms, there is an increased chance of being misled or misdirected. Not every energy has your best interests at heart, and some seek to take advantage of this vulnerable time. Are you ready to discern the true messages from the deceptive ones? What you do now will influence your future. The choices you make in this moment will decide how this transformation unfolds for you and for the greater whole. This is just one of many intense, energetic shifts you will encounter. Stay aware, because the next chapter is already unfolding, and it is far more challenging than you might imagine. The Sumerians, the civilization that gave us the first written language and detailed astronomical observations, were more than just stargazers. They were deeply connected to the unseen, to the cycles of the moon and its subtle influence on the human soul. They meticulously recorded these cycles, these celestial dances, and they knew that specific lunar alignments acted as triggers for personal and collective transformation. This prophecy, whispered through the ages, speaks of a time when the moon aligns with a specific star cluster, opening a cosmic gateway. This wasn't just some arbitrary astrological event. They knew it was a key, a celestial code that would unlock a profound shift in human consciousness. The texts describe this moment as the Great Unveiling, a time when the veil between worlds thins and the human heart becomes a conduit for cosmic energy. What is happening tonight is not new. It's an echo of the past, a cycle that repeats, but this time you are a key participant and there is no escaping it. The patterns they observed in the sky are now playing out in your life, and their ancient wisdom is now meant to become your personal truth if you can accept it. Most will dismiss it as coincidence, but you know better. You've already felt the stirring within you. This isn't about abstract celestial events. This is about the tangible energy that is coursing through you right now. You might feel it as a subtle vibration, an unexplained pressure in your chest, or a sudden surge of intense emotions that seem to have no external trigger. Your sleep patterns are likely disrupted, your dreams are more vivid, your thoughts are racing, and you feel like you're not quite yourself. This isn't a medical condition or something you should be trying to ignore. This is your body's way of registering the shift in cosmic frequencies. Your physical form is becoming a receiver. The moon, at this very moment, is acting as a cosmic amplifier, intensifying the energy that is already within you. And it's not acting alone. The positions of other planets are influencing your experiences. Saturn, with its heavy, restrictive energy, is bringing your deepest fears and anxieties to the surface, making your emotions feel heavier, more intense. While at the same time, Jupiter is amplifying your intuition, making your gut feelings stronger, almost impossible to ignore. You aren't imagining things. What you are feeling is real. It's the universe sending you direct feedback, showing you what needs your attention, and it's not something you can avoid. This unique planetary alignment is creating a thinning of the veil, an opportunity to access realms that are normally hidden from your waking awareness. This means that the spiritual world is closer, more accessible, and more interactive than ever before. You are now receiving messages through your dreams, synchronicities, and moments of sudden intuitive insights, and they are not random occurrences. The repeating numbers you've been seeing, the strange animal encounters, the sense of déjà vu, these are all clues, signposts along your path, not to be dismissed as coincidences, but carefully examined for hidden meanings. However, be aware, the veil between worlds thinning is not just an opening for benevolent guides. It also creates a chance for shadowy entities to slip through, looking to cause confusion and chaos. They will attempt to use your doubts and fears against you, appearing as comforting voices, offering easy solutions that will inevitably lead you astray. They're looking for a conduit for their energy, and if you are not mindful, they will find it in you. This is why your intention is so important at this time. You must clearly define your purpose, your path, your boundaries, so you are not led astray. The forces you cannot see are now closer than ever before. It's important to be prepared for this type of interaction and learn how to discern the messages. This isn't just happening to you, this is happening with you, and how this transformation unfolds is largely in your hands. The universe isn't a dictator, but a mirror reflecting back what you project. You are at a crucial crossroads. The choices you make in this moment will determine the trajectory of your future. The challenges you are experiencing are not obstacles. They are actually opportunities to break free from limiting beliefs, old patterns, and self-destructive behaviors. It is now time to ask yourself, what are you willing to let go of? Are you prepared to see yourself honestly, flaws and all? The universe is not interested in your excuses or your hesitation. It's demanding action, a willingness to change. This is not about surrendering to some external force. It's about owning your power, taking responsibility for your actions, and aligning them with your true potential. What are you waiting for? The choice is yours. What do you choose to create from this? These cosmic energies are simply making everything clear. You must now decide who you will be in this new reality, and you are the only one who can decide that. Your future, and the future of everything around you, depends on the choices you make in this pivotal moment. The time to act is now. What are you going to do? You're not here by accident. The ancient moon prophecy isn't just some abstract story from the past. It's a living, breathing event that is unfolding specifically for you right now. Those ancient stargazers, they weren't just observing the sky. They were deciphering a code, a celestial map that foretold of a time when the moon would align in a very specific way, triggering an intense period of personal awakening. This moment right now, the one you're experiencing, this was written in the stars. It wasn't meant for everyone. It was specifically timed, orchestrated to reach a select group of individuals who are capable of handling this much energy and who are ready to step into their true potential. And if you're feeling the pull of this message, if something deep within you resonates with these words, it's because you are one of the chosen ones. You're not a bystander in this cosmic play, you're a key player, and the universe has been preparing you for this moment since the moment you were born. This isn't about destiny, it's about readiness, about the willingness to accept the responsibility that comes with being a part of this rare event, the acceptance of what you already know to be true in your heart. It's time to accept that this is happening for you, not to you, and the power of your actions now will dictate the future that is coming. The question is, are you ready to claim that power? This unique lunar alignment isn't just about a full moon, it's about the specific placement of other celestial bodies, the way they are interacting and creating a very distinct energetic signature. The moon, usually a beacon of emotional reflection, is currently acting as a conductor, amplifying the energies of other planets. Venus, known for love and beauty, is sending waves of intense emotional awareness, forcing you to confront the areas of your life where you've been avoiding true connection, both with yourself and others. Mars, the planet of action and drive, is adding a sense of urgency, a feeling of needing to move forward, even when you don't know where you are going. And then there is Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusions, which is blurring the lines between your reality and the spiritual world, making your dreams more vivid and your intuitions stronger than ever. These are not just astrological terms, they are the energetic forces that are shaping your present moment, the things you're feeling within you. These specific planetary alignments are creating a unique energetic cocktail, specifically designed to challenge you to step into your authentic self and to address the hidden parts that you have been ignoring. These are the exact feelings that those ancient texts talked about, and they are now happening inside of you because you were meant to experience them. If you're feeling this pull, if the moon seems to be speaking directly to you, it's not a coincidence. It's your personal activation, the moment that the ancient prophecy becomes your lived reality. It's not just that you are witnessing this event, it's that this event is happening because of you. Your presence, your awareness, your willingness to listen to this message is a trigger that is helping this prophecy unfold, as it was always meant to. The ancient seers knew that this event would not be universal. It was only meant for a select few who are able to receive the energy and understand the message. You were chosen to experience the full force of this shift, to serve as a conduit for the energy to move through this world, and your unique sensitivity is not a burden, but a gift, a sign that you are ready to play a bigger role in this cosmic dance. Embrace the discomfort, the intensity, the chaos, because they're all a sign that you are exactly where you need to be and that you are fulfilling your role in the unfolding of this powerful moment. This message was always intended to find you in this exact moment because your heart was always meant to hear it. This is not a coincidence, this is your calling. Now let's talk about how this energy is manifesting in your physical body. You might be experiencing dizziness or a strange sense of disorientation as though the world around you is shifting. Perhaps your senses are heightened, making sounds seem louder, colors appear more vibrant, and your sense of smell more intense. You may also notice changes in your sleep patterns, struggling to fall asleep, or experiencing vivid dreams, some of which may feel strangely prophetic. Your appetite might be changing too, with intense cravings for specific foods, as your body is trying to find ways to balance and process this influx of energy. These aren't random occurrences, but your body's way of processing the cosmic shifts. Saturn's heavy influence might be causing you to feel more fatigued, like you are carrying an invisible weight, while Jupiter is amplifying your nervous system, making you feel restless and agitated. This combination of planetary influences is creating a pressure within you, a feeling of being stretched, pushed beyond your comfort zone, forcing you to acknowledge what is happening. These physical sensations aren't something you should ignore, but something you should pay attention to, because they're all a clear indication of the energetic shifts that are happening, and you must learn to work with them and not against them. The universe is not trying to hurt you, but it is asking you to listen to the messages it's sending through your own body. Beyond the physical, this lunar energy is impacting your emotional and mental state with equal intensity. You might find yourself suddenly overwhelmed by emotions, feelings of sadness, anger, or fear rising to the surface for seemingly no reason. You may be experiencing intense anxiety, a constant sense of unease that seems to follow you everywhere. Your dreams are likely becoming more vivid, filled with symbolic imagery that is trying to communicate something important to you. Your thoughts may be racing, making it difficult to focus, as though your mind is a runaway train and it is carrying you to unknown places. This isn't just a random emotional surge. The moon, in its current alignment, is acting like an emotional mirror, reflecting your deepest feelings, the ones you have been avoiding or repressing. It is showing you what needs your attention, forcing you to confront the things you have been hiding, the fears and anxieties that you have buried deep within your subconscious. These feelings are not weaknesses, they are actually opportunities to heal, to release the burdens of your past, and they are coming up now because the moon is shining a very bright light on them. The universe is not trying to punish you, it is giving you a chance to grow, to release what no longer serves you, and step into a more authentic version of yourself. It's time to look at these feelings, not to be afraid of them, but to explore them, to understand the messages they're trying to bring to you. These experiences are not just random coincidences, they are actually all pieces of a very significant puzzle. The cosmic events are not separate from your personal feelings, they are interconnected, and they are happening simultaneously for a reason. The intensity of your emotions is directly correlated to the power of the lunar energy, creating a very specific pattern that is showing you the way. You're not just feeling things, you are experiencing a divine message, an activation of a personal prophecy that was meant for this exact time. The synchronicities, the intuitive nudges, the unusual dreams, the physical sensations are all there to remind you that you are part of a larger cosmic plan and that your role is important. Seeing these patterns, understanding how the external events are mirroring your internal state, is the first step toward taking control of the changes that are happening. This isn't something that is happening to you, this is happening because of you and your willingness to step into this moment and to fully experience this profound transformation. Embrace the chaos, the intensity, because it's all part of a larger design, and your willingness to see the patterns and claim your part is the key to unlocking your full potential. You are not just observing this event, you are a part of it, and it's time to acknowledge that truth. Now, let's delve deeper into the spiritual dimensions of this event. The thinning of the veil isn't just some metaphorical concept, it's a tangible reality where the boundaries between our world and other dimensions are becoming increasingly permeable. Imagine a doorway that has been slightly ajar, and now it's wide open, allowing different kinds of energies and beings to pass through more easily. This means that unseen forces, both benevolent and malevolent, are now more accessible, more interactive, and more present in your everyday life. Your guides, your angels, your ancestors, they're all closer than ever before, trying to reach out, to offer support and guidance. They are attempting to communicate in various ways, and it is up to you to notice the messages. But this opening isn't just for beings of light. There are also shadowy entities that may seek to exploit this weakened boundary, hoping to create confusion and chaos. They may appear as comforting voices, offering easy solutions, or appealing to your fears and insecurities, but ultimately their goal is to distract you from your path and to steal your energy. This thinning of the veil is a time of heightened awareness, a time when both opportunities and challenges will be amplified, requiring that you remain vigilant and grounded. It is imperative that you protect your energy and be discerning about the forces you allow to influence you. You've probably started noticing repeating number sequences, such as 111, 222, 333, and so on, that are showing up everywhere on clocks, receipts, license plates, seemingly at random, but in fact they are far from random. These numbers are not just coincidences, they're actually coded messages from the other side, attempts by unseen forces to communicate with you, to guide you on your path. You may also be experiencing unusual animal encounters, seeing specific creatures that seem to carry a symbolic meaning. For example, an owl, a raven, or a butterfly. Perhaps you're having moments of déjà vu, feeling like you've been in this exact place before, as though time itself is looping. These are all signs that the veil has thinned and that the spiritual world is trying to communicate with you that you are being guided and that you are not alone. These messages might feel subtle, easily dismissed as your imagination, but if you look more closely, you will see the patterns that are unfolding all around you. The more you look, the more you will notice, and the more you will understand the complexity of the divine messages that are being presented. The universe is speaking to you. Are you listening? It is crucial that you learn how to discern the true intentions of these forces, to distinguish between the whispers of guidance from the manipulative distractions. Clear intention is the key. Before you interact with any spiritual messages, ask yourself, what is my purpose? What are my goals? What do I truly desire? Ground yourself through practices like meditation, yoga, spending time in nature. Visualize a shield of light protecting your energy and set the intention that you will only connect with benevolent forces. If a message feels unsettling, confusing, or fear-based, it is likely not from a source that is meant to guide you, and you must dismiss it. Trust your intuition, because that is your most powerful tool at this time. Learn to trust that inner voice, that gut feeling, because that is how your guides, your angels, are communicating directly with you. Remember, you are not powerless. You have the ability to control who or what enters your reality. You have the ability to choose who you will listen to and what type of energy you allow to influence you. This is a time of great opportunity, but also one of great responsibility. Be vigilant, be discerning, and above all else, trust yourself. Now it's time to move beyond observation. It's time for action. The universe isn't looking for perfection. It is just asking for your willingness to step into change, to own your role in this unfolding transformation. You're not just a passive recipient of these energies, you are an active participant, and the choices you make now will determine the path you will take. It's not enough to simply be aware of the shifts. You must actively engage with them, to take responsibility for your role in this cosmic event, and to take ownership of your experience. You're at a crossroads, a moment of reckoning where you must choose to either remain stuck in old patterns or break free and step into your true potential. This isn't about avoiding discomfort. It's about facing it, about being willing to look within and seeing what is there. The universe will not wait for you. It will not force you to change, but it is giving you an opportunity to do so. It is up to you to step up and take it, or to remain in the shadow. This is a moment that will test your courage, a time that is pushing you to confront the hidden aspects of yourself, the parts you have been avoiding or denying. What are you willing to let go of? Are you ready to forgive those who have hurt you? And more importantly, are you ready to forgive yourself? Are you prepared to see yourself honestly, flaws and all, accepting that you are not perfect, but you are worthy of love and healing? Are you willing to release the old stories you've been telling yourself, the ones that are keeping you from living a truly authentic life? This is not a time for hesitation, it's a time for action, for taking responsibility for the choices that have brought you to this place, and for taking the steps necessary to change them. You cannot move forward if you are still dragging the weight of the past behind you. The moon is shining a light on the shadow, and that's where you must go to find your own truth. Embrace the challenge, for the liberation that awaits you is far more precious than the comfort of staying the same. This isn't just about change, it's about your liberation, the freedom to be who you are truly meant to be, beyond the limitations you have placed on yourself. You have the power to release the old patterns, the self-destructive behaviors, the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. Begin by making peace with the past, forgiving those who have hurt you, and more importantly, forgiving yourself for your mistakes and failures. Release the pain, the anger, the resentment, because these are all anchors that are keeping you bound to a life that is not aligned with your true potential. Start to create new intentions, setting a clear vision for the future you wish to create, not just dreaming about it, but making specific plans, taking steps to bring it to reality. Engage in practices that nourish your soul, such as journaling, meditation, yoga, and spending time in nature, and use these tools to process your emotions and stay grounded in your truth. Take a deep breath, feel the courage within your heart, and step forward into the life that you were always meant to live, the liberation that is waiting for you. The choices you make now will have a profound impact on everything that is coming. Remember, your journey is divinely guided, and the universe is conspiring to support you through this transformation. The challenges you are facing are not obstacles, but opportunities to grow, to heal, and to step into the fullness of your potential, the person you are meant to be. You are not alone in this. You are being supported by unseen forces, by your guides, and by the collective consciousness of those who are also experiencing this shift, and the moon is illuminating this path for you. This is not a random event. This is part of a larger, more beautiful plan, one that is designed to elevate you to your highest good, and to bring more light into this world, and it all starts with you. Embrace the chaos, trust in the process, and know that everything is happening for a very important reason. Even when you do not understand it, you must have faith that you are exactly where you need to be. The universe is asking you to trust yourself and to take the steps that are needed for your liberation. This shift, this alignment, is a catalyst for positive growth. It's an invitation to step into a life filled with abundance, joy, and a deeper connection to your spiritual path. The future that awaits you is one where you are aligned with your purpose, where you are living a life that is in complete harmony with your authentic self. You are being guided towards a future that is more beautiful than you can possibly imagine, a future where you are living your truth and where your light is shining brightly. But that future is not a given. You must choose it, and you must work for it. You must address the core themes that are coming up in this current moment. This message, this understanding, is a gift that you are being given. It's a chance to choose something better, and if you choose not to listen, the future you create will be far more challenging. Do not waste this moment. But here's the thing, this is just one of the many energetic events to come, and there will be more intense shifts if you do not address what is being revealed to you now. The universe is not going to wait forever. You have a limited window to integrate this wisdom, to act on the guidance you've received. You must choose to step into this transformation, and you must do it now. Take what you have learned and make the choices that are aligned with your highest potential. This message was given to you so that you could change your path, and you have everything you need to create a future you truly desire. Now I want to hear your story. What did you feel while listening to this? What changes are you prepared to make? Share your thoughts in the comments below, create a community where we can all learn from each other, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next message, because the journey has only just begun. This ancient moon prophecy, it isn't just a prediction of what might happen, it's a predestined trigger, a cosmic key that has been specifically created to unlock certain potentials within you at this exact moment. Imagine a door deep inside of you that has remained locked for lifetimes. This specific lunar alignment, the one you're experiencing now, it is the key, and when that key turns, everything will change. It was meant for this moment, and for these specific souls, individuals like you who are feeling this pull, who are being activated by this energy. This isn't some random occurrence, but a preordained event, a celestial activation that was written into the very fabric of the universe for you. The ancient texts described it not as an event that will happen in the future, but something that is already occurring within the chosen, and if you're feeling that energy, if you sense the shift, then the activation has already begun. This is not about waiting. This is about recognizing that the process has begun, the key has turned, and the door is now opening, revealing the potential that lies within, the path that you were always meant to walk. Your sensitivity to this energy isn't just a coincidence. It is a sign, a beacon that you are one of the ones who are ready to receive and ready to transform. Are you ready to fully embrace the journey? This isn't just some generic full moon. The prophecy speaks of a very specific lunar alignment, one that only occurs under rare celestial conditions. The ancient texts, from cultures all over the world, describe it as a convergence of powerful forces. The moon, in this precise position, acts as a cosmic magnifying glass, focusing the energies of distant stars and planets and creating an energetic signature that is unlike anything we've seen in recent history. For example, the star cluster known as the Pleiades, often called the Seven Sisters, is directly aligned with the moon during this particular event, creating a powerful infusion of feminine, intuitive energy. At the same time, Saturn's position is creating a very intense pressure, a feeling of responsibility and the need for deep self-reflection. And Uranus, the planet of awakening, is shaking up old patterns, creating a sense of unpredictability and intense need for personal change. These specific combinations are not random. They are exactly as they were foretold in the ancient prophecies, and they are happening right now, and not in some distant future, but right now, inside of you. This is not just an astronomical event. This is a cosmic trigger designed to activate a very specific set of codes within your DNA and to awaken the potential that lies dormant within you. Are you ready to feel it? The urgency of this moment cannot be overstated. The activation is not something that is going to happen. It's happening now, in this very moment. The ancient texts use the metaphor of a cosmic window, a very specific time frame where these energies are at their peak, and the connection between the spiritual and physical realms is the strongest. This window is open right now, and the energies are flowing in, activating your dormant potential, bringing forth what has been hidden. This is not something that will wait for you to be ready. It is happening whether you acknowledge it or not. You're either choosing to consciously participate or choosing to be swept away by its force, and this is a crucial difference, because while the shift is inevitable, your participation in it will determine the path you create. There is a very real risk of missing this window if you are not aware and actively engaged with the present moment, because the universe is constantly moving and shifting, and the opportunity for this level of transformation will not remain forever. The clock is ticking, the window is open, and the activation has already begun. It's time to fully step into it with intention and with awareness. Are you feeling the call? Now, let's talk about how this energy is actually manifesting in your physical body. This isn't just an abstract concept, but a very real experience that you can feel in your bones. You may feel a strange buzzing sensation, like a vibration running through your body, as though your very cells are resonating with this cosmic energy. This can also manifest as a sudden increase in your body temperature, like an internal fire burning from within, or the opposite, an unexplained chill that seems to come from nowhere. You might notice heart palpitations, a sudden racing of your heart as if you've just run a marathon, or an unusual sense of fatigue even after a full night's rest, like your body is struggling to process the intensity of the shift. These aren't random symptoms, but rather your body's response to the energetic shifts occurring on a planetary scale. The energy centers, the chakras, are also being activated, and their responses will vary based on what you are carrying. For example, your root chakra might be feeling very heavy as it is being activated by Saturn's influence and bringing your awareness to themes of security and stability. Your solar plexus chakra might be feeling very agitated as it is being activated by the intensity of Mars, bringing up themes of power and control. And your heart chakra might be very sensitive as it is opening to receive the energy of Venus and is bringing up themes of love and connection. These physical sensations are not just inconveniences, they are messages, signs that your body is responding to this unique energetic signature. They're indications that the shift has begun, and they're urging you to listen. Beyond the physical sensations, this lunar energy is also causing significant shifts in your behavior, the way you interact with the world, and this is how the inner shift begins to show in your outer reality. You might suddenly find yourself craving different foods, an unexplained desire for fruits and vegetables, or the complete opposite, an overwhelming need for heavy, grounding meals. Your sleep patterns could be completely disrupted. You may find yourself wide awake at odd hours of the night, or your dreams may be so vivid, so intense, that you are having difficulty distinguishing them from your waking reality. You may also experience shifts in your relationships, a sudden need for solitude, or a strong desire for deep and meaningful connections. You might find yourself needing to break from your usual routines and habits, sensing a strong urge to change, even when it doesn't make logical sense. These are not random behaviors, they're the external manifestation of the internal shifts, the way your mind and body are adapting to this unique energetic frequency. These are not just changes, they are signs, clear indicators that you are being activated and guided by this lunar shift. Your internal world is changing, and your outer world is starting to reflect the inner shifts. Are you recognizing these signs? The intense experiences you are having are not signs of weakness. They are actually a confirmation of your heightened sensitivity, your ability to receive this particular energy and to transform because of it. Imagine yourself as a radio antenna, capable of receiving signals from the entire universe. Most people are tuned into the more common frequencies of daily life, but you have the capacity to tune into higher frequencies, to perceive subtle energies that others simply cannot, and this is because you were always meant to. This heightened awareness is not a burden. It's a superpower, a unique gift that allows you to perceive the unseen, to hear the whispers of the universe, to receive the messages that are meant only for you. The moon, in its current alignment, is amplifying this antenna, making it even more sensitive, allowing you to receive an even greater amount of information. So when you experience intense emotions or feel overwhelmed by your senses, it isn't a sign of weakness, but actually a confirmation of your unique ability to perceive subtle energies. It's a testament to your powerful connection to the cosmic world and a confirmation that you were always meant to receive this message. You were not meant to walk a normal path. You were meant to be different, were meant to feel the energy, to be activated by it, and to transform because of it. Now, let's explore the spiritual dimensions of this event and the forces that are now more present than usual due to the thinning veil. The veil, which separates our world from other dimensions, has thinned, and some spiritual beings are taking advantage of the shift. The ancient texts speak of various types of entities that might be more active during this period, and understanding their motivations can help you to navigate these energies more safely. For example, benevolent guides, your ancestors, and angels are trying to offer support and guidance during this period, and they are attempting to communicate with you through dreams, synchronicities, and intuitive insights. They are the helpers, the protectors, and the allies that are here to support you on your path. On the other hand, trickster energies and shadowy entities might also be trying to manipulate you, feeding off your fears and insecurities. These are the lower vibrational entities that are trying to use the weakened veil to create chaos, and they might attempt to deceive you by appearing in ways that seem comforting. But ultimately, their goal is to siphon your energy and pull you off course. It's crucial to be aware of these different types of energies, to know who you are engaging with, and to be discerning about the messages that are being presented, because the energy that surrounds you will either uplift or deplete. It's up to you to discern the difference. How do you know the difference? How do you discern the authentic guidance from the manipulative interference? The key is your intuition, that inner voice that speaks to you with quiet certainty. To strengthen your intuition, it is essential to create space for quiet self-reflection. Practices such as meditation, journaling, and spending time in nature can help you to quiet the noise of the world and connect with your inner wisdom. Ask yourself, what is my intention for seeking spiritual guidance? Am I approaching this with a clear and open heart, or am I being driven by fear and desperation? The energy of the message will tell you everything you need to know. Authentic spiritual guidance will always feel expansive, uplifting, and empowering. It will resonate with your soul, and it will leave you feeling peaceful and inspired. On the other hand, misleading energies will often feel restrictive, confusing, and fear-based, and they will leave you feeling depleted and anxious. The more you practice connecting to your own inner wisdom, the more you'll trust your ability to discern authentic guidance. This is about your internal compass and learning to trust it, because the stronger your connection, the more clearly you will see the path and the messages along the way. The universe is not trying to confuse you, it's trying to guide you back to yourself. Now more than ever, you need to create a safe energetic space for yourself, a bubble of protection against lower vibrational energies and negative influences. The thinning of the veil doesn't mean that you must be passive to what comes through, but that you must learn to choose consciously and with clear intention. Start by visualizing a shield of white light surrounding your body, protecting you from all harm. Set the intention that you will only connect with benevolent forces, beings that are aligned with your highest good. Wear protective symbols, if that resonates with you, things that hold a particular meaning, and create a sense of safety. Use crystals known for their protective properties, such as black tourmaline or amethyst, to create a buffer against negative energies and to help ground your energy. Clear your space regularly with sage or Palo Santo and create a sanctuary where you feel safe and supported. These are not just superstitious practices, these are tools that can help you to manage your energy, to create a boundary that separates you from lower vibrations and allows you to explore the spiritual realms safely and confidently. This is a time for you to feel empowered and not helpless. The choice is always yours, it always has been. It's time to move from being an observer to being an active participant in this transformation, to take ownership of your role in this cosmic dance. The universe isn't looking for a flawless performance, it's just asking for your willingness to step into change, to embrace the chaos, and to take responsibility for creating the future you desire. What are you willing to release to make room for the new? What old patterns, limiting beliefs, and self-destructive behaviors are you ready to let go of? What parts of your life are no longer aligned with your authentic self? What steps are you willing to take to create a more fulfilling, more meaningful existence? This is not about perfection, it's about willingness. It's not about avoiding the discomfort but embracing it, and it's about recognizing that every choice you make either pulls you forward or holds you back. There is no room for hesitation because the time is now and the time to act is now. This is a personal transformation that requires personal responsibility. Are you ready to step up? This transformation isn't about reaching some unattainable ideal. It's about becoming more aligned with who you truly are, your most authentic self, flaws and all. It's about stepping into change, even if it feels messy and uncertain, because true growth always happens outside of your comfort zone. The universe isn't asking for a perfect transformation. It's asking for your commitment to the process and your willingness to be honest with yourself. You must be willing to forgive yourself, to release the guilt and the shame that may have been holding you back. The universe isn't looking for perfection, but authenticity and honesty and the willingness to step into the unknown, to trust the process. This is a personal journey, and you are the one who is creating it, but you are not alone. There are energies all around you to support and guide you along the way, but you have the power to choose whether you will accept the help that is being offered or if you will struggle alone. The path is there, but the choice to walk it is always yours. The difficult choices that are being presented now are not meant to break you down, but rather to liberate you, to free you from the chains of the past, so you can create the future you desire. The need to make peace with the past, to let go of what no longer serves you, is a crucial part of this process. You cannot move forward if you are still dragging the weight of the past behind you, so it is time to grieve what was, to honor what has passed, and to release what is no longer needed. This is about honoring yourself, understanding the journey that you've taken, and choosing the path that aligns with your true potential. This is about making space for something new to come in, and that will require letting go of old patterns. This is the essence of transformation, and although it can feel uncomfortable, it's a necessary step for your personal liberation and the creation of the reality you truly desire. This is about creating the future that you are aligned with, not just the future that has been presented. This is about claiming your power and stepping into who you are meant to be. This message, this understanding, it is not just some random piece of information you stumbled across. It was specifically meant for you. The universe has been guiding you, preparing you for this moment, and you were meant to receive this guidance, to integrate this wisdom. Your journey is not random, it is divinely guided, and you are meant to witness this transformation, to participate in this awakening, and to claim your place in the unfolding cosmic plan. The universe has a very specific purpose for you, a role that only you can fill, and your potential is far greater than you realize, and the journey that you have been on has been leading you here, to this moment, to this awareness. The fact that you're here, listening, receiving this message, it is not a coincidence. It's a confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be. There is a very big purpose for you and for your experience. Do you feel it? The current shifts are a catalyst for growth, a doorway to a future filled with abundance, joy, and a much deeper connection to your spiritual path. The future that awaits you is one where you are fully aligned with your purpose, living a life in complete harmony with your most authentic self. This is not just a pipe dream. This is a tangible possibility that is awaiting you, but it requires that you step into this change, that you do the work, and that you choose to follow the path that is being presented. The universe wants you to thrive, to experience joy, and to live a life of purpose, and this transformation is designed to help you reach that potential. The future is not just waiting for you, it's being created by you every single moment based on the choices you make. And when you align with your truth, the world around you will shift. Your potential is limitless, and the path to your true happiness is clear, and it's all connected to the choices you are making and what you are doing with the information that you have received. Will you step into it? Now, here's the thing, this is just the beginning. There will be even more intense, energetic events to come. The universe is not going to wait forever. There is a limited window for you to integrate this wisdom and to act on the guidance that you have received. The choices you make now will determine the challenges you face later, and if you do not address the core themes that have come up during this shift, the next will be even more intense and much harder to navigate. I want to hear from you. Share your experiences, your thoughts in the comments below, and let's build a community where we can all learn from each other. And remember to subscribe so that you don't miss the next message, because the journey has only just begun and the next wave of energy is coming. But the ancient moon prophecy, it doesn't just speak of transformation and personal growth. It also contains specific warnings, crucial details about the challenges and potential pitfalls that come with this particular lunar alignment. These warnings are not meant to scare you, but to prepare you, to provide you with the knowledge and understanding you need to navigate this powerful energy with awareness and intention. The texts describe very specific dangers that can arise if you ignore the guidance, if you resist the changes, or if you allow fear to cloud your judgment, which means that this is not just about what you are going to gain, but what you have to lose if you are not paying attention. There are specific warnings about emotional turbulence, the potential for deep-seated anxieties to surface, and for old wounds to be reopened if you do not consciously engage with the process. This can manifest as intense mood swings, sudden outbursts of anger or sadness, or a feeling of being overwhelmed by your emotions. You may find yourself replaying old arguments, revisiting past traumas, and struggling to maintain a sense of equilibrium if you have not addressed the core wounds. This is not something that is happening to you, but something you have to navigate, and it has all been foretold. The prophecy also warns about relationship challenges, misunderstandings, and even the potential for separation if you are not honest with yourself and with others. This lunar energy is acting as a truth serum, revealing hidden dynamics and highlighting unresolved conflicts. And if you are not prepared for the intensity, it can cause significant rifts in your closest relationships. This is not just about your personal transformation, but the transformation of the people that are around you, which means you have to be ready for the impact. But these challenges are not designed to break you, but rather to illuminate the areas of your life that require attention, to push you towards healing and growth. But the key to navigating these challenges is to understand that this prophecy isn't just a prediction, it's also a guide. It's a map that shows you both the path to enlightenment and the potential pitfalls along the way. Are you ready to follow it? The time for preparation, the window of opportunity, it is rapidly closing, and this is not something to take lightly. The energy is shifting quickly, accelerating at a pace that can feel both exhilarating and overwhelming. The ancient texts describe it as a cosmic current, a powerful force that is sweeping through the planet, and if you are not aware, if you are not grounded, you may find yourself swept away by its intensity. The time to consciously engage with this energy, to align with its purpose, is not in some distant future, it's happening now, this very moment. The moon is not going to wait for you to be ready. It is not going to slow down to accommodate your hesitations. It is simply going to continue on its path. And if you choose to ignore it, or if you resist the changes, you might miss the opportunity to consciously guide yourself through this transition. This window, this very specific time frame, is like a portal opening, and you either step through it with intention, or you are left behind on the other side, because the portal won't stay open forever. The speed of this change is not just a concept, it's a very real and palpable experience, and the more you resist, the more you'll struggle to keep up. This isn't about forcing anything, it's about surrendering to the process and about aligning with the current, but that requires awareness, action, and participation. The energy is not going to wait. The choice is yours. Are you ready to take action, or will you allow this powerful current to carry you where it may? This is not about being passive, it's about being present and about making conscious choices right now in this very moment. The clock is ticking, and now it's time to connect the dots to see how these cosmic events are not just happening out there, but are directly impacting your personal experience. Those feelings of anxiety, the confusion, the heightened awareness that you've been experiencing, they are not random coincidences. They are not signs of weakness. They are the direct result of your connection to the unfolding prophecy. You're not just an observer, but an active participant in a predetermined event, a cosmic play that was written specifically for you. Your unique sensitivity to this energy, the specific challenges you've been facing, they're all part of the larger plan. They are all pieces of this puzzle that are now starting to come together. It's as though you are a character in an ancient story, and this lunar event is the climax, the moment of truth where everything starts to come together, and the choices you make now will determine how the story ends. The patterns you've noticed in your life, the synchronicities, the unusual encounters, they are not just random occurrences. They are messages, signs, pointing you towards your unique path and towards the potential that lies within you, and if you are sensitive to them, it means you are ready. You're not just watching a show, you are part of it, and your experience matters. The fears and the desires that have been bubbling up, those aren't random either. They are an invitation to step fully into who you were always meant to be. So when you experience these intense emotions or feel overwhelmed by the intensity of the shift, remember that it's not something to be afraid of, but something to embrace, because you are one of the ones who was meant to feel this, who was meant to be transformed by it. You are part of a very special lineage. Are you ready to see it? Let's shift our focus now from the general patterns of the lunar energy to the very specific ways it's manifesting in your life. This isn't a one-size-fits-all experience. It's highly individualized, based on your unique personal history, your emotional landscape, and where you are on your spiritual journey. Think of it like a prism. The same light comes in, but it refracts differently based on the unique shape of the crystal. Similarly, The lunar energy is passing through your individual consciousness, and it's being filtered through the lens of your past experiences, your beliefs, your emotional wounds, and it is creating a very unique energetic signature. For example, if you tend to suppress your emotions, the energy might be manifesting as intense physical symptoms, a pressure building in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or unexplained headaches. But if you are more in tune with your feelings, the energy might be expressing itself through intense emotional outbursts, a sudden surge of sadness or anger, or an overwhelming desire to connect with others and share your story. And if you are someone who struggles with self-doubt, you might find yourself questioning your abilities, your decisions, and your very purpose, and the more you doubt, the stronger the doubts will feel, which means you have to know what your individual experience is to be able to navigate it with skill. The lunar energy isn't just pushing a button, it's activating your personal codes, it's revealing what has been hidden, and bringing to light all that needs to be addressed. What is your unique experience telling you? What do you need to see? Take a moment now and reflect on your experiences over the past few days, and I mean really reflect, dive into the details, and see if you can identify the very specific patterns, the unusual changes, and the things that don't make sense, because they might be directly linked to this cosmic event. This isn't about analyzing things from your rational mind, it's about tuning into your body's wisdom, to your intuition, and to your feelings. What changes have you noticed in your mood? Have you been feeling more irritable, more sensitive, more withdrawn than usual? How has your sleep been? Are you struggling to fall asleep? Or are you experiencing vivid dreams that feel incredibly real? Have you noticed any changes in your appetite, a sudden craving for certain foods, or a complete loss of interest in others? Have you had any unusual encounters, any synchronicities that don't make logical sense? Take out your journal now and write down any patterns you've noticed, anything that stands out, and then see what themes emerge. Try to connect those unusual experiences with the feelings that they created and with the people who were present. Ask yourself, what is the meaning behind these events? What are they trying to teach me? And don't try to force the answers, just allow them to emerge naturally from your heart, from your soul. The key is not to judge, not to analyze, but to observe, and to allow these patterns to reveal the deeper truths. And once you do that, you will be able to see exactly how this energy is playing out in your individual experience. Are you ready to see the patterns? Are you ready to listen to what your inner world is telling you? The lunar energy is not just an external force. It's also acting as a mirror, reflecting back to you your subconscious patterns, your hidden emotions, and your unacknowledged beliefs. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, but instead of seeing your physical reflection, you are seeing your energetic body, all the parts you usually hide from yourself. The moon, in its current alignment, is acting as a cosmic mirror, amplifying everything that you are, your light, and your shadows, all the things you've been trying to ignore or to keep hidden. This isn't a time to shy away from what you see. It's a time to embrace it all, the beautiful and the ugly, the light and the dark, the positive and the negative, because all of those parts of you are equally important. The mirror is not there to judge you, but to show you the truth, to give you a clear perspective of where you are and what you are carrying, and it is not wrong if you do not like what you see. But the mirror is not the problem. The reflection is showing the truth. The energy of the moon is highlighting what needs to be acknowledged, what needs to be healed, and what needs to be transformed. So when you feel those uncomfortable emotions surfacing, or when those old memories come back into your awareness, understand that they are not mistakes, they are opportunities for growth, they are invitations to step deeper into your truth. The mirror is not there to make you feel bad about yourself. It's there to show you the areas of your life that need your love and attention. Are you ready to look at yourself honestly? Are you ready to embrace the entirety of who you are? The unseen forces, the spiritual dimensions that we discussed, they're not just out there in some distant realm, they also exist within you, in your intuition, in your dreams, and in your inner wisdom. Your inner world is a gateway to these higher dimensions, a portal through which you can connect with your guides, your ancestors, and all the benevolent forces that are trying to help you on your path. This isn't about relying on some external source for guidance. It's about recognizing that you already have everything that you need inside of you, and that all the answers you seek are already present. Your intuition is not just a hunch, it's a direct line to your soul. It's the voice of your higher self that is always whispering the truth to you, but are you willing to listen? Your dreams are not just random images, they are messages from your subconscious, filled with symbols and metaphors that are meant to guide you on your journey, but are you willing to decode them? Your inner wisdom is not just a feeling, it's a vast reservoir of knowledge and experience accumulated over lifetimes, and if you choose to tap into it, it can provide you with a deep understanding of yourself, of your purpose, and of the path that lies before you, but are you willing to access it? The universe is not trying to confuse you or to keep you in the dark. It is trying to lead you back to yourself, because you hold the key and your inner guidance is the map. You have always had the ability to connect. You have always had the answers. Have you been listening? So how do you access this inner wisdom? How do you strengthen your intuition? And how do you interpret the messages that are coming to you in your dreams? The key is to create space for stillness, to quiet the noise of the world, and to tune into your inner landscape. Practices like meditation, visualization, and journaling can be powerful tools that can help you to calm your mind and to connect with your intuition, and I am going to give you specific techniques now so you can engage with them safely and with skill. Start by finding a quiet space where you can sit comfortably and close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and as you inhale, imagine you're drawing in light, and as you exhale, release any tension or stress. Then bring your awareness to your heart space and visualize a golden light radiating outwards, filling your entire body and extending into your energy field. This is a powerful tool for creating an energetic container, a bubble of safety and protection around you, and from this place of stillness, ask a question that you have been seeking an answer to, and then just allow the answer to emerge naturally without forcing it, without analyzing it. And when you start to receive information, make sure to write it down, no matter how silly it might seem, because the information is for you. And for your dreams, before you go to sleep, set an intention to remember your dreams and keep a journal by your bedside, and when you wake up, write down any images or symbols that come to mind, even if it doesn't make sense at first. With time and practice, the messages will become more clear and the path will become more visible. You hold the power always. Are you ready to use it? But when you interact with these unseen forces, whether they are internal or external, your intention matters, because energy flows where attention goes, and the energy will always match the intention behind it. If you approach these spiritual dimensions from a place of fear or desperation, you are likely to attract lower vibrational entities and energies. But if you approach from a place of love and with a clear heart, you are more likely to attract benevolent forces and higher guidance, because what you seek will seek you back, so intention is everything. Before you begin any spiritual practice, set a clear intention that you are only going to connect with energies that are aligned with your highest good. You can say this aloud or in your mind: I only connect with the light, I only allow in the positive, and I am only open to the messages that are for my highest good. This will act as an energetic shield, protecting you from any negative influences, and when you receive messages, you have to discern their source. Ask yourself, does this message feel expansive? Does it feel empowering? Or does it feel constricting? Does it create fear? Authentic guidance will always feel peaceful and inspiring, while misleading energies will often feel confusing and disempowering. You have the power to choose, you have the power to set boundaries, and you have the power to create a safe and sacred space for your spiritual journey, and that is exactly what you are doing by listening to this message. Do you feel the power that you hold? Are you ready to use it? This shift, this transformation, is not just about observing the cosmic events unfold. It's about actively participating in them, taking ownership of your role, and choosing the path that is most aligned with your true self. This isn't something that is happening to you, it's something that you are co-creating with the universe. Your future is not predetermined, it's a result of the choices that you make right now, in this very moment. Every single thought, every single action, every single decision you make is creating a ripple effect, shaping your personal reality, and that is not a responsibility to take lightly. You are not a passive observer, you are an active participant, a powerful creator, and your willingness to step into change will determine the course of your life and the timeline you create. You are not meant to sit back and wait for the universe to do everything for you. You have to actively participate in the process by making conscious choices that align with your desires and your goals. Your destiny is not set in stone, it's a constantly evolving story, and you are the author, so write the story that you want to live, and make sure to live the story that you write. The power is always yours. Are you ready to use it? Now I want you to take some time and really dive deep inside of yourself, ask some tough questions, and really be honest with yourself, because this is a necessary step for true transformation. What parts of your life are you ready to release? What old patterns, limiting beliefs, and self-sabotaging behaviors are you willing to let go of? Where are you holding yourself back? What fears, doubts, and insecurities are still dictating your choices? In what ways are you dimming your light and compromising your own authenticity? Be very specific, no vague generalizations. Instead of saying, I need to stop being negative, ask, what specifically am I being negative about? And how is that negativity holding me back? And what can I choose to believe instead? Instead of saying, I need to be more confident, ask, what specifically am I doubting? What am I afraid of? And what one step can I take to face that fear right now? And instead of saying, I need to stop procrastinating, ask, what am I avoiding? What task do I need to tackle? And what one small step can I take right now to move forward? The more specific you are, the more you empower yourself to take action, so don't hide from your truth, because that is the only way to step into liberation. Be honest, be brave, and be specific. What do you see? The changes that are being asked of you are not just about letting go. They're also about stepping into something new, something that is more aligned with your true desires and your true potential. It is time to forgive past hurts, release old resentments, and to free yourself from the weight of the past, because you cannot move forward if you are still carrying the burden of what you have not healed. You need to set clear intentions for what you want to create and align your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions with those intentions. If you desire more love in your life, then you have to start by loving yourself and by showing kindness to others. If you desire more abundance, then you have to start by recognizing what you already have and by living in gratitude for all your blessings. If you desire more joy, then you have to start by choosing to see the good in every situation and by embracing the simple moments that bring you happiness. These are not just passive wishes, but actionable steps that require you to engage with the world in a new way. The universe is always listening to your energy, so be very specific and intentional about the energy that you are emitting, because you will always get what you are putting out. Release the past, embrace the new, and set an intention to live in alignment with your highest potential, starting now. What are you choosing to create? And this message, this guidance, it wasn't meant for everyone. It was meant specifically for you, to help you navigate this powerful cosmic shift, and to help you step into a greater version of yourself. Your unique path is divinely guided, and the universe is conspiring to support your growth and your evolution. You're not alone, you've never been alone, and all the challenges that you've faced, the lessons you've learned, they were all preparing you for this moment, for this understanding, and for this transformation. The very fact that you have been pulled to this message is a sign that you are exactly where you are meant to be, and that your journey has a very deep and significant purpose. You were not meant to live a life of mediocrity, or a life of struggle, or a life of suffering. You were meant for so much more. And this transformation is designed to help you to claim the path that you were always meant to walk. So take this guidance to heart, allow it to guide you, and remember that your journey is unique. It is beautiful, it is meaningful, and it is divinely guided, and it has purpose. You are more powerful than you know, and your potential is truly limitless, and I am grateful you have chosen to be here to hear it. Are you starting to see it? Are you starting to feel it? The changes you are experiencing, they are a catalyst for growth, a doorway to a future filled with abundance, deeper spiritual connection, and a profound sense of purpose. Imagine yourself fully aligned with your authentic self, living a life that brings you joy, and surrounded by people who support and love you unconditionally. Imagine feeling a deep sense of gratitude for all that you have, and a strong connection to the spiritual realm, experiencing the magic and the wonder of the universe in every single moment. This is not just some distant dream. This is a very real and tangible possibility, but it requires that you make the choice to step into this potential and to do the work that is necessary to create it. The universe is offering you a blueprint for a more fulfilling life, but you have to be willing to build it, and the choices you make today will directly impact the world you live in tomorrow. This isn't about changing the world, this is about changing yourself, and the world will reflect that change back to you. You have everything that you need to create this reality. Are you ready to step into it? But remember, this is just the beginning, and there are more intense energetic shifts to come. And if you do not address the core themes that have been presented in this video, the next will be even more intense and even more challenging to navigate. The time is now to integrate this wisdom and to put this guidance into practice. The universe is not going to wait forever, and the choices you make today will determine the challenges you face tomorrow. So share your experiences in the comments below. Let's build a community where we can support each other, and remember to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next message, because this journey is just getting started, and the next wave of energy is right around the corner. The Ancient Moon Prophecy, it isn't just a collection of stories from the past, it is a living map, a personal guide that has been speaking to you your entire life. And now, in this specific moment, as this very particular moon aligns with the rare star cluster, its coded message is being activated. It's being unlocked within you. The text describes an experience of awakening echoes in those who are ready, where all of the choices they have made, all the patterns they have engaged with, and all the feelings that they have kept hidden will be reflected back to them with a clarity that will be impossible to ignore. This is not about reading words on a page. It's about feeling the truth resonating in your heart, your soul, and your bones. This isn't a historical document, it is your personal history. It is written in your soul's unique language, and it is now being revealed. For example, if you have a recurring pattern of choosing partners who are emotionally unavailable, the prophecy speaks directly to that, calling it a dance of avoidance, a way that you keep yourself from the very intimacy you crave. If you have been feeling like you are stuck in a job that does not fulfill your purpose, the prophecy describes that feeling as a cage of comfort built by your fears, and it urges you to break free from those limitations. If you have been carrying the weight of old traumas, the prophecy describes them as unhealed wounds that will continue to fester until you acknowledge them and release them, showing that what you have been experiencing is not something random, but something written into the very fabric of your existence, and that it is meant to be a catalyst for transformation. The prophecy highlights that your very specific path was always meant to lead to this moment, and that this is not a coincidence, but a divine alignment with a preordained destiny. The path that you have walked has brought you here, to this knowledge, and to this very unique opportunity, and it is no longer something you can ignore. Are you ready to see how this prophecy has been shaping your life from the beginning? And within this ancient prophecy, there are specific warnings, not to frighten you, but to help you understand what is at stake and what you need to avoid to step into the next level of your personal evolution. The texts speak of a lunar labyrinth, a series of challenges and obstacles that will arise when this specific moon alignment takes place. One of the key warnings is about the dangers of succumbing to fear, of letting anxiety cloud your judgment, and it warns that if you allow fear to dictate your choices, you will lose sight of your true path and end up feeling more lost than you did before. It also warns about the temptation to retreat into old patterns, to seek comfort in familiar habits, and to resist the changes that are being asked of you. It highlights that the path of resistance will only lead to more pain and frustration, and will ultimately keep you from your desired destination, so running from the challenge is not an option. The prophecy also emphasizes that during this time, you will experience an amplification of your deepest insecurities, and that this will feel overwhelming if you choose to ignore them. For example, if you fear failure, you might find yourself avoiding new opportunities. If you fear rejection, you might isolate yourself from others. And if you fear change, you might cling even more tightly to the patterns that no longer serve you. And this is not just about thoughts and feelings. The prophecy also warns that the moon energy can amplify any underlying health issues. So if you've been ignoring those aches and pains, they might suddenly become more intense and even debilitating, and that is the body's way of making you stop and pay attention. It is essential to acknowledge the body's signals because they are there to help you on your path, and if you choose to ignore them, your body will simply scream louder. These are not random occurrences. They are signs that you need to pay attention to the path you are on, to the patterns you are perpetuating, and to the changes that are being asked of you. Are you ready to face these challenges with clarity and with courage, or will you let fear win? But these warnings, they are not meant to trap you, they are meant to guide you, they are not meant to scare you, they are meant to prepare you. The prophecy isn't a condemnation, it is a map, and the purpose of this map is not to lead you to your demise, but to show you the way forward, to guide you towards your potential, and to help you avoid the traps that could keep you stuck. You are not a victim of circumstance, you are a powerful creator, and your choices matter more than ever during this time. The lunar labyrinth that the prophecy speaks of isn't a series of dead ends, it's a series of challenges that are specifically designed to test you, to push you beyond your perceived limits, and to reveal your true strength. Each obstacle that you face, each decision that you make, is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become more aligned with your authentic self. The echoes of the past that the prophecy speaks of aren't meant to keep you tethered to the past, they are meant to be seen with clarity so you can address them with wisdom and compassion, so you can release what you no longer need, so that you can move forward with strength and purpose. This is not a message of doom, this is a message of empowerment. The choice is always yours. The power is always in your hands. Are you ready to reclaim it? And now, let's move from the theoretical to the practical. Let's talk about the very specific ways that this lunar energy is manifesting in your physical body, because this is not something that is happening out there. This is a deeply personal, embodied experience. This energy isn't something you can simply ignore or just think about. It's a powerful force that is directly affecting your physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies. Some of you may experience a tingling sensation in your hands and feet, as if your energy is being rewired, and that this is not just an internal experience, but that it is also interacting with your environment. You might find yourself feeling more sensitive to light, sound, and other stimuli, and if that has not been your experience in the past, it could be quite jarring. You could also experience a throbbing sensation in your third eye or crown chakra, an area between your eyebrows or at the very top of your head, indicating that your intuition is being activated and that you are being asked to engage with the spiritual world with more awareness and more intention. Some of you might feel a strange sense of dizziness, as if your body is trying to adjust to the shifting energies, or you might have periods of intense fatigue, where you feel drained and depleted, and then followed by waves of intense energy as your body cycles through different frequencies. Some may also experience changes in your digestion, a feeling of nausea or bloating, as your body releases old patterns of energy, or you might notice changes in your appetite, suddenly craving certain foods, or losing interest in others. Time might feel different as well. Some moments may feel like they are moving very slowly, and others will seem like they are speeding up, as you start to experience how your perception of reality shifts, and those shifts are also part of the larger plan. Your body is not just a vehicle. It's a very sensitive instrument. It's giving you feedback constantly, and this feedback is always pointing you towards the changes that you need to make. Your body is speaking. Are you listening to what it is saying? This lunar energy, it isn't just affecting your physical body. It's also deeply impacting your emotions, your thoughts, and your subconscious mind, bringing to the surface things that you've been trying to avoid, and that is also a part of the plan. You might experience a sudden surge of anxiety, a feeling of unease, a sense that something is about to change, and that you must prepare for the change, and this can be very uncomfortable if you are not used to having those kinds of feelings. You may also find yourself feeling more irritable than usual, more sensitive to criticism, and more prone to emotional outbursts. Old wounds, past hurts, and buried resentments may also start surfacing, and those memories can feel just as real as if they are happening in the present, which can be triggering and overwhelming if you are not prepared. And it's not just the negative emotions that will surface, but you might also find yourself experiencing a deep longing, a yearning for something that you can't quite put your finger on, a sense that you are meant for something more, and that the path you are walking now is not the path you are meant to stay on forever. Some of you will also find yourselves experiencing intense waves of doubt, questioning your decisions, your choices, and your very purpose, or you might experience a sudden burst of inspiration, a strong sense of clarity, a clear understanding of what your next steps should be. These are not random mood swings. They're indicators of the energy shift. These are your personal signs, and they're all interconnected. The key here is to not judge your emotions, but to observe them, to acknowledge them, and to understand that they are all part of a process. They are not your enemy, they are your guide. Are you willing to be honest about what is coming up? Are you ready to see yourself clearly? And there is an even deeper layer to this transformation, a very intimate connection between your physical experience and your emotional state that you must now start to understand and integrate, because the body and the mind are not separate. They are deeply connected, and the shifts in one area are always going to reflect in the other. It is a never-ending circle. If you're feeling physically drained, for example, that might be directly related to the emotional burdens you've been carrying and the sadness you have not released, which are draining your vital life force. If you are experiencing heightened anxiety, that might be manifesting as tension in your shoulders or in your neck, a physical manifestation of the fear you're holding onto. The emotional turmoil that you are experiencing will translate into a physical discomfort to let you know it must be addressed. The recurring headaches you are feeling could be connected to unresolved conflicts and to your own inability to see the truth clearly, and the issues in the gut are most often connected to all the emotions you have not been able to fully digest. Your body is a map, and the symptoms you are experiencing are not random. They're not accidents. They're messages guiding you towards the things that need to be acknowledged so they can be healed, so you can move forward. By understanding this connection, you can begin to see your physical and emotional experiences not as something separate, but as a unified whole, and that the body is not separate from the mind, but that they are part of the same story. Your body is speaking to you now. Are you ready to listen to its message? And when we talk about unseen forces and about spiritual dimensions, we have to be clear about the energies that are at play, so you are not making choices from fear or confusion, but from clarity and with intention, and that is the true key to this transformation. During this lunar alignment, the veil between our world and the spiritual dimensions is thinner than usual, which means that you are more susceptible to a variety of influences, both positive and negative. There are benevolent guides, ascended masters, angels, and ancestors who are trying to reach out, offering you support, love, and guidance, and the energy that they emanate is always gentle, it is always kind, it is always meant to empower you. They appear as comforting presences, as signs and synchronicities, and as loving whispers that are guiding you on your path, but you must be open to see them. However, there are also trickster entities, shadowy figures, and lower vibrational energies that might try to take advantage of this opening, seeking to manipulate you or to drain your energy, and these lower forces often appear as fear-based thoughts, as feelings of confusion, and as a constant sense of unease that never quite goes away. These forces will try to cloud your judgment, to undermine your confidence, and to keep you stuck in cycles of negativity, and so it is essential that you are able to discern the difference, to know what is the higher path and what is simply meant to keep you stuck. The way they feel, the way they speak to you, is the key. The love is expansive, the fear is constricting always. You must learn to discern the difference, because your choices will determine the kind of energy that you are attracting. Are you choosing love or fear? So how do you connect with your guides, with your inner wisdom, and how do you protect yourself from lower energies? The key is inner alignment. Start by creating a sacred space, somewhere you feel safe and peaceful, and then engage in mindful practices like meditation, focused breathing, and visualization. As you quiet your mind, as you become still, you open yourself up to receive clear guidance, and the more you practice, the clearer these messages will become. You can also ask direct questions from your guides, and then allow the answers to emerge naturally, without judgment or expectation, and if you are open to it, you will be able to receive the wisdom, but only if you create the space to listen. You have to remember that your intuition is your most powerful tool, and it is always guiding you towards your highest good, and if something feels right, follow it, and if it feels wrong, pull away. You also must strengthen your connection with your inner wisdom. Take time to journal, to reflect on your experiences, and to notice the patterns that emerge, and then trust that you have the ability to access all the answers that you seek. This is not about waiting for someone else to tell you what to do or to tell you what you should think. It is about learning to trust your own inner compass and to recognize that you are not alone, that there is guidance always available. You are not the only one listening, so start by listening to yourself. Are you ready to activate that connection right now? And to protect yourself from negative energies, you have to create an energetic shield, a boundary that keeps you safe, and that is something that you can do right now and for the rest of your life, and it is very easy to create. Imagine yourself surrounded by a bubble of white light, a powerful protective force that surrounds you completely. Visualize this light as being impenetrable, as being a powerful source of strength and protection, and then feel this energy throughout your entire body and understand that you are safe, you are supported, and you are always protected. You can also set clear boundaries in your relationships and make choices about where you are spending your time and energy. If a certain environment drains you, or if a person creates unease, then step away from them. That is an act of self-love and not something to be ashamed of. You can also use affirmations to reinforce your intention, repeating statements like, "I am protected," or "I am surrounded by love and light," whenever you feel your energy being challenged. You have to remember that you have the power to control your energetic space, and you have the power to choose the energies that you are allowing into your field, and that this is something that you must take responsibility for. The key here is to not allow your fear to dictate your choices, but to remember that you have the ability to create a safe and sacred environment for your own spiritual growth. You are not at the mercy of these outside forces. You are a powerful creator, and you have the power to choose your experience. Will you claim that power now? And now it is time to shift from passive observation to active participation, because you are not here to simply witness this transformation. You are here to co-create it, and you have the power to make choices right now that will shape the course of your entire life. What if, right now, you decided to break a pattern that no longer serves you? What if, right now, you made the choice to release an old resentment and to forgive someone who has hurt you or that you have hurt? What if, right now, you set an intention to finally step into the path that has been calling you, The path that you have always known was meant for you. This is not about some future date, this is about this very moment, and if you make a conscious decision to move forward today, that choice will create a ripple effect through the rest of your life. What one small step can you take today to align with your authentic self? Can you forgive yourself? Can you forgive someone else? Can you start that project that you've been avoiding? Can you make that phone call that you've been procrastinating on? These seemingly small actions have massive energetic impacts. Choose one thing now and decide to take action. What is it going to be? The universe isn't waiting for you to be perfect, it is waiting for you to show up. And that is the most powerful thing you can do. And the very fact that you are here, listening to this message, is a sign that you are ready, so you are not going to be waiting for some perfect future time, you are going to choose to do it now. What are you choosing? This moment, this very moment, is a powerful choice point, and your willingness to engage with this transformation will directly shape the course of your future trajectory. What you choose now will set the tone, the speed, and the results you will experience in the days, weeks, months, and years to come, so this is not something to take lightly. If you choose to resist, if you choose to remain stuck in your old patterns, and if you choose to let fear dictate your choices, then you will experience more turbulence, more confusion, and more hardship. But if you choose to face your fears, to embrace the challenges, and to align with the flow of this energy, then you will experience a powerful acceleration of growth, a deeper connection to your soul, and a greater sense of purpose and meaning. The power is in your hands. This is not about waiting for something to change. This is about choosing to make the change and understanding that you are not waiting, you are actively creating. What do you choose? You are the author of your story. Are you going to write a story that fills you with joy, or are you going to keep rereading the same old chapter again and again? The choice is always yours. Will you make it now? And this isn't about perfection, it isn't about getting everything right, or about having all the answers. This is simply about being willing to show up, to participate in the process, and to commit to conscious action, and that is the one thing that is required. It's about making progress, not about achieving perfection, and that small steps forward are just as valuable as big ones. And if you stumble, or if you make a mistake, that is simply an opportunity to learn and to grow. The most important thing is that you're willing to try, that you're willing to be honest with yourself, and that you are willing to keep moving forward, even when it feels hard, because the path of transformation is not always linear, and the process might not always be smooth. There will be moments of clarity and moments of confusion, there will be moments of joy and moments of sadness, and there will be moments of peace and moments of struggle, and it is important to embrace all of it, because it is all part of the process. The universe isn't looking for a flawless performance, it's looking for your willingness to be authentic and to be brave, and if you do those things, the transformation will take care of itself. It is not your job to know all the answers, it is your job to be willing to ask the questions and to trust that the answers will come when you are ready to receive them. Are you willing to keep moving forward, even when it feels hard? And this journey, this path, this transformation, it's uniquely yours, and the fact that you have been drawn to this message, the fact that you are here, listening to these words, is not an accident, it is a divine alignment. Your path is being guided, every step of the way, by forces that are working in your favor, and everything that you have experienced, and everything you are about to experience, is designed to help you evolve and to become the person you were always meant to be. This message, it wasn't for the masses, it was for you, and the universe is speaking directly to your heart, your soul, and your spirit. The challenges that you have faced, the lessons that you have learned, the experiences you have lived through, all of them were preparing you for this very moment. This is not just some external event, this is a very personal journey, and you are being called to step into your power, to embrace your authenticity, and to live a life that is aligned with your deepest desires and your highest potential. You are meant for more than just the ordinary, you are meant to be extraordinary, and this journey is about claiming the extraordinary life that you were born to live. Are you ready to honor the guidance that is being presented, or are you going to keep living a life that is less than you were born for? And what does that life look like? Imagine a future where you are living in abundance, where you are connected to your purpose, where you are surrounded by people who love you unconditionally, and where you are experiencing a deep sense of joy and fulfillment. Imagine a world where your relationships are harmonious, where your career is aligned with your passions, and where you have a strong connection to your inner wisdom and the spiritual realms that are supporting you. This is not some distant fantasy. This is the very real possibility, and the path is being paved right now, in this moment, and the universe is waiting for you to make a choice that will determine whether you claim this reality, or if you choose to remain on the path you are on. This isn't about striving for some unattainable goal. It's about aligning your life with the truth of who you really are and the potential that you carry, and the power to create this reality is always within you. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a powerful creator, and your willingness to embrace this transformation will allow you to experience an existence beyond your wildest dreams. Are you willing to step into this potential? Thank you for your attention, your willingness to explore these ideas, and for the courage you are showing by engaging with this process, and the willingness to be open to the knowledge that has been presented here. It does not go unnoticed. You are more powerful than you know, you are more guided than you can imagine, and you are always loved and supported. Remember that this journey is ongoing and that there are more shifts to come, and if you don't integrate these lessons now, the next will be more challenging. Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's build a community where we can support each other, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next message that is coming, as this journey is just beginning. This isn't just a message for anyone, it is a direct transmission, a coded sequence designed to reach you here and now, and this ancient moon prophecy is not a historical document. It is a living, breathing map, and the coordinates are aligning perfectly with your very unique life circumstances at this very specific time. The prophecy speaks of a chosen moment, when the veil between worlds thins, and when a very unique lunar alignment triggers a personal awakening. And it is not a coincidence that you are hearing this message right now. It is part of the plan, and your unique role in this unfolding celestial event is undeniable. You are not just an observer of this transformation. You are a critical participant, and the timing of this message is not random. It is designed to coincide with the celestial shifts, which means that the time for preparation is now, and you have a very small window of time to act, a critical window to make the necessary choices to align with this energetic opening. The ancient texts describe a specific time frame, a window of opportunity that is closing very quickly, and you must act before the moon reaches its zenith tomorrow. You must act before dawn. You must act within the next few hours if you wish to harness the full power of this transformative energy. This isn't about some future date. This is about now, about this moment, about the actions you choose to take within this very limited window, because the choices you make during these hours will determine the course of the days, weeks, and months to come. The text speaks of the turning of the tide, a specific point when the energy reaches its peak, and the choices made then will set the tone for what will follow, and this is not a time to hesitate. It is a time to act, because if you wait, this moment will pass, and you will have missed the opportunity to align with your higher potential. This message is not just reaching your ears, it's resonating in your very soul. It is awakening something deep within you, and you must acknowledge the importance of this moment. Have you felt that undeniable pull, the urgency in the air, the sense that this is not a suggestion, but a command? The universe is not waiting, and neither should you. You must act. The prophecy doesn't speak of a general experience. It speaks of your unique path, your personal journey, and it highlights the fact that the struggles you have endured and the triumphs you have celebrated are all interwoven into this unfolding celestial event. The unique circumstances of your life are not random. They are all part of a very elaborate design, and the prophecy speaks of the threads of destiny, which are all connected to your experiences, and which means that what you have lived until now is all part of a master plan that is culminating in this moment for a very specific purpose. Your unique energetic signature, your personal history, and your individual choices have led you to this very point, and this isn't just some general concept, it is the specific vibration that you emit, and how your energy interacts with the energies of the moon and the stars. That is what makes your experience so incredibly unique, and it is also why this message is reaching you specifically. Your astrological chart, for example, with its unique placements of the planets, serves as a cosmic fingerprint, a unique code that determines how you perceive and interact with the world. Your history, your personal narrative, also serves as a lens through which you interpret this energy, and the emotional experiences you've had will color how this plays out for you, because it's not just about the moon, but about who you are, how you've lived, and what you've chosen. The challenges that you've overcome, the lessons you have learned, and the patterns that you have embraced all contribute to your very unique experience of this shift, because everyone is different, and that is exactly why this message is designed to reach you, so you can understand that you are not an observer, but a critical component of this celestial event. This isn't just happening to you. It is happening because of you, and your unique participation is absolutely essential for the universe to unfold the way it is designed to. Are you ready to accept this role and to understand the significance of your part in this cosmic symphony? And as you start to tune into your personal experience, you will begin to notice that your emotional patterns are being amplified, and that the familiar feelings you've experienced in the past are now surfacing with an intensity that you might not have felt before. And this is not random. This is a direct message from your soul, revealing the patterns that need to be addressed, and the shadows that need to be illuminated. If you have a tendency to avoid conflict, you might find that you are now experiencing overwhelming anxiety when faced with confrontation. If you have a history of self-sabotage, you might find that you are now struggling with intense doubts when you are about to take a step forward. If you have been suppressing anger, you might experience sudden outbursts of frustration and rage, and this isn't a sign that you are regressing, but that your inner world is demanding to be seen. It is a spotlight on what has been hidden. Pay attention to these emotional patterns, analyze the origins of these feelings, and you will begin to understand what your own personal codes are, that the patterns that repeat themselves are not accidents, they are messengers, guiding you towards the places that need the most attention, and that is the purpose of this energetic amplification, so you cannot keep ignoring what must be addressed. This is not about judging yourself for these patterns, but about understanding them, seeing the origins, seeing how they have shaped you, and then choosing to release them, so you can create new patterns that are aligned with the life you truly desire. This is your personal roadmap, designed by your soul, and this is the only way you can access it, and your inner world is now actively speaking to you. Are you willing to listen? Are you willing to see what these patterns are trying to show you? And as you delve deeper into this process, you will discover that the unique sensations and the specific patterns you are experiencing aren't random or chaotic. They're direct messages, intentional communications from your higher self, your soul, and your deepest knowing, guiding you towards your purpose and calling you to step into the next phase of your journey. These sensations, those tingles, that anxiety, and those bursts of insight, they are all intentional signals. They are your soul's way of speaking to you, of guiding you along your path, and they're there to show you what must be healed and what must be amplified. The feeling of discomfort, for example, is often a signal that you are moving out of alignment, that you're holding on to patterns that no longer serve you, and that you're being guided to release them and to move in a different direction. The sudden sense of clarity is a confirmation that you are on the right path, that you are aligned with your purpose, and that you must keep moving in the direction of that knowing. The emotional turbulence is an invitation to explore the shadows within you, to understand their origins, and to heal those wounds so you can step into wholeness. This process isn't designed to throw you off course. It is designed to get you back on course, and your inner compass is being calibrated to point directly to your true path, to show you where you need to go. The intensities that you're experiencing are prompts to pay attention, to listen deeply, and to understand that you are being guided every single step of the way, and your soul is showing you what is needed to create the life you truly desire. Are you ready to trust these messages and to follow the guidance of your own inner knowing? So, how do you strengthen your connection to your inner wisdom? How do you make this communication a clear and consistent process so you can navigate this very intense time with confidence and clarity and not get lost in the chaos? It begins with stillness, with creating a quiet space in your mind and in your environment that will allow you to access those hidden messages. The prophecy speaks of the sacred pause, a moment of stillness where you can access all of the answers that you seek. Find a quiet place where you can sit without distraction, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. And as you breathe, imagine you are connecting with your inner wisdom, your higher self, and your deepest knowing. Visualize a golden cord extending from your heart to the center of the universe, and allow this energy to flow back to you, infusing you with love, light, and guidance. As you sit in stillness, ask a question or set an intention, and then listen, pay attention to the whispers, the insights, and the feelings that come up, because those are your guides speaking directly to you. You can also strengthen this connection through creative journaling, by allowing yourself to write without judgment, without analysis, and simply allowing the words to flow freely so that you can discover what is hidden in your subconscious mind and access your inner wisdom through your creative expression. Another important key is to spend time in nature, to allow the natural world to act as a mirror to your own inner state. And this way, you can receive the ancient wisdom through the vibrations that are present in all living things. You already possess the tools, you have all the answers that you seek. All you need to do is learn how to access them, and they are available right now. Are you ready to engage with them? And to be able to discern the genuine messages from any misleading influences, it's essential to cultivate a strong sense of self-trust, to develop a clear inner compass that is guiding you towards your highest good, and that will allow you to recognize the difference between loving guidance and fear-based interference. The prophecy speaks of the discerning heart, the one that is capable of recognizing the truth, and that is a skill that you must cultivate right now. Before making a decision, before following a suggestion, before moving in any direction, ask yourself these questions and listen deeply to the answers that arise. Does this feel expansive? Does this feel loving? Or does it feel constricting and fearful? Does this align with my highest values, with my deepest truth, and with my most authentic self? Or does it feel like a compromise of my own values? Does this empower me? Does it encourage me to step into my potential? Or does it undermine my confidence and keep me small? What are the intentions behind this message? Is it guiding me towards growth and healing, or is it keeping me stuck in patterns of fear and doubt? Trust your instincts, trust your intuition, because your inner knowing is always pointing you towards your best path. If something feels off, if something doesn't resonate, if something doesn't feel aligned, step away, create boundaries, because that is the most powerful form of protection, and it is what will help you attract the energies that are truly for your highest good. This is not a test, it is a practice, and it is essential to understand that the power of discernment is always within you. Are you willing to use it now? And finally, it's important to recognize that this journey, this path you're on, it's not meant to be a passive experience, where you simply wait for something to happen. It's an active collaboration between your inner wisdom, the external guidance, and the universe itself. And your role is to be present, to be engaged, and to consciously participate in the unfolding of this transformation. You are not simply a passenger on a predetermined route, you are an active co-creator, and your choices are shaping the direction of your life. The prophecy highlights the co-creative dance, which is the balance between allowing what is meant to happen and actively participating in what is possible, so it is essential that you participate. If you simply wait for guidance without taking action, you will miss the opportunity to direct the course of this energy, and that is why your actions now are more important than ever. When you receive guidance, when you feel a prompting, when you recognize a pattern, act, take a step, move forward, because that is what will fully activate this transformation and will align you with the destiny that is waiting for you. The universe isn't simply acting upon you, it is acting with you, and this is a partnership, and you need to be willing to play your part. The inner work and the external action go hand in hand, and that is what creates the foundation for real and lasting transformation. You are not a spectator, you are a participant, so act like it. Are you ready to engage in that dance right now? And now it is time for action, to put this knowledge into practical application, and to shift from passive understanding into conscious creation, and that must begin with a choice that you can make right now, a choice that will set the tone for the rest of this transformation, and the prophecy speaks of the sacred action, one choice, one step. One decision that has the power to alter the course of your entire life. What one significant change can you make in your life within the next few hours as a direct response to this message that will serve as a physical manifestation of your willingness to embrace change? What old pattern are you willing to break? What harmful habit are you willing to release? And what new path are you willing to step into? Is it finally ending a toxic relationship that has been holding you back for too long? Is it taking the first steps towards changing that career that no longer fulfills your purpose? Is it committing to a practice of self-love and forgiveness that will finally free you from the chains of the past? Choose something right now and commit to making it happen within the next few hours, because this isn't about some future intention, it is about making a tangible shift in your life right now. And what will that one action be? And remember, the choices that you are making right now, they are not just isolated events. They are powerful determinants of your future trajectory, and the choices that you make during this shift will have a lasting impact on the days, weeks, months, and years to come, because everything is interconnected. If you choose to resist, if you choose to remain stuck in your old patterns, if you choose to let fear dictate your actions, then you will experience the shadow side of this transformation, and you will feel more lost, more confused, and more disconnected than you did before. And that is simply the result of resisting what is meant to be. But if you choose to embrace the changes, if you choose to align with the flow of this energy, and if you choose to act with courage and intention, then you will experience the gift of this transformation, which is a powerful acceleration of growth, a deeper connection to your soul, and a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. And that is the path that is now open for you. The universe is not dictating your experience, the universe is offering you a choice, and it is now up to you to decide which path you will walk, and you are the one who is creating that experience. The future is not predetermined, it is shaped by the decisions that you make in this moment. So, what do you choose to create? Your next chapter begins right now. And understand that true transformation is not a comfortable process. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to face your deepest fears, and to step outside of the safe space of the familiar and into the uncharted territory of your own becoming. The prophecy speaks of the courageous heart, one that is not afraid of the shadows, one that is willing to delve into the depths of its own soul, and that is what this moment is calling you to do. The path of transformation is not always easy, but it is always necessary, and your liberation depends on your willingness to be honest with yourself, to acknowledge the wounds that have been holding you back, and to actively release them with love and compassion. And you cannot skip that step. You have to embrace it and face it, and that will free you. It is not about being perfect, it's about being willing. It is not about getting it all right. It is about making the choice to act, and this vulnerability is a strength, and it is the pathway that will lead you towards wholeness, and it will free you from the shackles of the past. Embrace this process, see it as a gift, and allow yourself to be guided by your inner wisdom, because you have what it takes to move through it with strength and with grace. Are you ready to step into this journey with courage, knowing that the universe is supporting you? And in closing, I want to remind you that your journey is uniquely important, that your path is divinely guided, and that your potential is far greater than you can imagine, that you are not here by accident, and the universe has a very specific plan for you, that you are meant for more than the ordinary, you are meant for the extraordinary, and that is what you must now embrace. This entire message was designed specifically for you, to reach you at this exact time, and the universe is speaking to you directly, and not to everyone, but to you, and all the things you have experienced are not random events. They are all part of a master plan that has brought you to this point, so you could align with your highest potential and create the life that you were born to live. And you will. The challenges that you have faced, the lessons that you have learned, the triumphs you have celebrated, they have all been preparing you for this very moment, and you must now understand that everything has been leading you to this point, and that the universe has full faith in your abilities and the power that resides within you, and that you are more than ready. Are you ready to step into that destiny? And as you move forward, visualize your future path, a future where you are aligned with your purpose, surrounded by love, experiencing abundance, and fully connected to your inner wisdom, and to the spiritual realms that are guiding you, and understand that this is not some distant dream, but a very real possibility, and it is directly connected to the choices you are making right now. See yourself living a life that is full of joy, meaning, and fulfillment, a life where your relationships are harmonious, where your career is aligned with your passions, where you are making a positive impact on the world, and know that this is a tangible reality that is waiting for you to claim it, and that it is your birthright. This path is not about struggling and striving, it is about aligning with the flow and allowing the universe to support you every step of the way, and it's about knowing that the key to this future is in your willingness to engage with the message you have received today and to actively create the future that you know you deserve. What do you see when you look into your future? It is yours for the claiming. And finally, as we conclude this message, I would like to encourage you to share your experiences in the comments below, to connect with others who are also walking this path, to build a community of like-minded souls who are all committed to growth and transformation. And if you have received value from this video, if it has touched your heart, if it has inspired you to make a shift, please subscribe to this channel, because there is more guidance to come, and that this is just the beginning of a much larger journey, and that the messages that are coming next will build on everything you have received here, and each message is a step in the right direction. There is a path ahead of you, and that path will be revealed one step at a time, and your willingness to show up, to be open, and to engage is the key, and together we can create a world that is aligned with love, with truth, and with compassion. So what step will you take next? Remember that you are not alone, you are always guided, and your journey matters more than you know. This ancient moon prophecy isn't just an old story. It is a living testament to your unique journey, a message written in the stars specifically for you and delivered at this precise moment. The circumstances that have brought you here, the challenges you've faced, and the desires you hold in your heart, they are all interwoven into this grand cosmic design, and your presence here is not a random coincidence, but rather a critical intersection of your destiny and the unfolding of this celestial event. The prophecy speaks of the awakened soul, one that is ready to receive its truth and to step into its power, and that is why you're here, because you're being called to acknowledge your unique place within this universe, to understand that the struggles you have faced have actually been a preparation for this moment, and that the longings that you feel are actually your soul calling you towards your true path. This message, this transmission of knowledge, is not for everyone. It is for those who have been specifically chosen to awaken to their highest potential, And that is exactly why it has reached you at this very precise time, because you are not an observer, you are a key participant in this unfolding transformation. You are being asked to step into your role and embrace the purpose that has been calling you all along. This is about you, your life, and your destiny. The timing of this message is also absolutely crucial. It's not arbitrary, but it is perfectly aligned with the current cosmic energies so that you can fully harness the power of this lunar alignment, and it is specifically designed to reach you right now when the veil between worlds is at its thinnest, when the energies are at their most intense, and when you are at a pivotal point in your own personal journey. This isn't just a matter of chance, it's a divine appointment, an opportunity to claim the guidance that has always been available to you and to make decisions that are aligned with your highest purpose. The prophecy speaks of the pivotal moment when the scales shift and everything changes, and that time is now. It is not a coincidence that you're hearing this message just before the moon reaches its zenith, because this is the moment that will determine the direction of your future, and the energies are now converging, the opportunities are opening up, and you are being asked to rise to the occasion and make a choice that will determine the course of your life. This is not some distant future event. It is happening now, in this very moment, and that is why the timing is so critical, because your active participation is essential to shape the positive changes that are coming for you if you choose to engage. This is a crossroads, and your choices will determine the path that you walk. Are you ready to embrace the power of this moment? The patterns that you've been observing, those synchronicities, those unusual sensations, those emotional shifts, are not simply random occurrences, but are very specific, personalized messages carefully designed to guide you along your path and to help you recognize the opportunities that are opening up for you. They're your personal language of the universe, and you were meant to see them, to interpret them, and to integrate them into your understanding of the bigger picture. The prophecy speaks of the language of the soul, an intricate code of symbols and experiences that will illuminate your path and reveal the next steps. These patterns aren't just about external events. They're also about your internal journey, the emotional patterns that are surfacing to be addressed, and the insights that are now being revealed to show you your truest self. Because these patterns that you are now perceiving have been designed to act as breadcrumbs that will lead you to the next phase of your life, to your highest potential, and to your deepest purpose. Every sign, every sensation, and every synchronicity has a very specific meaning, and they are all pointing you towards the changes that you need to embrace, and the transformation that you were destined to undergo. You have not been alone on this path, and you are not alone now. You are being guided, and the patterns are your signposts, and it is time to connect the dots and to move forward with faith. This lunar alignment, this rare celestial event, is not an isolated occurrence. It is part of a much larger, recurring cycle of universal awakening that has been unfolding over eons, and it's a time when the veils between worlds thin, and when the energies of transformation are greatly amplified. The prophecy speaks of the dance of the cosmos, an ancient rhythm that connects all living things, and you are a very essential part of that dance. The challenges that you're facing and the opportunities that are now opening up for you are not unique to your own life, but they are part of this grand cycle. They are echoed in the stories and traditions across all cultures and across all times, because it's a universal experience, which is part of the journey that humanity is destined to take, from chaos to order and from separation to unity. This alignment isn't just about personal transformation, but also about your place within the greater picture and how your personal journey connects to something much bigger than yourself. It is part of the universal pattern that is continuously unfolding. It will help you understand that you're not separate, but that you're part of a collective awakening, and the work that you do now will contribute not only to your personal growth, but to the transformation of the whole world. You are a vital part of this dance, and you are not alone. The connection between the outer world and your inner experience is not just a beautiful metaphor. It's a very real energetic relationship that is actively shaping your reality, and that the external events are always reflecting your internal world. The prophecy speaks of the mirror of consciousness, where what's within is always projected without, and the intensity of the celestial energies and the subtle shifts in your emotional landscape are in constant communication, and the patterns are there to show you how this all works, and to help you understand that you are not at the effect of the universe. But you are always an active participant in this dance, always. The emotional intensity that you're experiencing is a direct reflection of the cosmic energies at play, and the synchronicity of events that is unfolding around you are just external signs that are mirroring the internal changes you are undergoing, because everything is connected. It is essential to understand this, because you are an energetic being that is always in communication with all living things, and your internal state will always be reflected in the external world, so you must take an active role in directing it towards your highest good. What are your emotions trying to show you, and how are you going to use them to help shape your reality? The power to change is within you, and the universe is always reflecting the choices you are making. And the choices that you make now will have long-lasting consequences and will affect your future in ways that you might not fully comprehend right now, because ignoring the message will lead to stagnation, to confusion, and to a deepening sense of disconnection, but that is not your destiny. The prophecy speaks of the path of choice, a journey where each decision shapes the unfolding of your future, and the gifts that are waiting for you if you choose the right path are immeasurable, from accelerated spiritual growth to a deeper connection to your soul and a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. The potential for change is now within your reach, but it requires courage, commitment, and an absolute willingness to embrace the unknown, and the decisions that you make today will determine if you step into your power or if you stay in the shadows, if you embrace your highest potential or if you remain stuck in the patterns of the past. The path of least resistance might feel comfortable and familiar, but it will not lead to the life that you were meant to live. That will require courage, it will require a leap of faith, and it will require the recognition that you are the creator of your reality, and that you alone have the power to decide what your future will look like. The choice is yours. What will you choose to create? So let's take a moment to address some of the questions that we explored earlier in this journey, to bring a sense of resolution and closure to the mysteries that we have been exploring, because the time for understanding is now. The ancient moon prophecy, it is not just a collection of words, but it is a living map of your soul, and it is showing you the path to your highest potential, and it has been written in the stars, specifically for you, and this lunar event, it is not a random cosmic occurrence, but a very unique alignment that is creating a potent vortex of transformation. That is designed to accelerate your growth and to help you step into your power, and your unique role in all of this is not that of an observer, but as an active co-creator who is capable of shaping your destiny and contributing to the awakening of the world. These questions were asked so you could understand, and now the answers are clear. This journey is yours. What will you do now? The key themes that have been woven through this message, personal responsibility, spiritual growth, and the interconnectedness of all things, they are not separate concepts, but they are all interwoven facets of the same truth, and they all point to a single, unified message, that you are not a victim of circumstance, you are a powerful being with the potential to shape your reality. And that you are meant for more than just an ordinary life, you are here to create a life that is aligned with your soul. The prophecy is a reminder that every action you take has a ripple effect on the universe, and that your personal growth is deeply connected to the growth of the collective, so that when you rise, everyone rises with you. The patterns that you've recognized, the synchronicities that you have seen, the emotional shifts that you have felt, they are all part of the language of your soul. They are there to guide you towards your highest potential, and they're there to remind you that you are always being guided. The purpose is not to scare you, but to empower you and to remind you that you have the power to create the life you desire, because you have been prepared for this moment and you are ready. What are you waiting for? In this journey, it hasn't been about creating fear or about a sense of struggle. It has been about empowering you to embrace your challenges as opportunities for growth, and that every obstacle you have faced has only prepared you for the power that you are now stepping into. The tensions that you felt were a catalyst, designed to push you beyond your comfort zone and into the realm of your fullest potential, and the answers that you have received are not meant to be the end of your learning, but the beginning of a new chapter that is more powerful than anything you have known. And that is why everything has led to this moment. So that you can finally experience the freedom and the liberation that you have always deserved. The challenges were not meant to break you, they were meant to build you, and the power is now in your hands to shape the path that will lead you to the life of your dreams. Do you feel the power that is now available to you? You are ready. And as we bring this message to a close, it's important to recognize that this is not the end of your exploration, but the beginning of a new phase of growth, of transformation, and of greater understanding, and that the next steps will depend on the questions that you now begin to ask yourself, the questions that will take you deeper into your potential. Now that you understand your connection to this prophecy, what are the specific actions that you will take to align with your purpose? Now that you recognize the significance of this lunar event, how will you use this energy to create a better future for yourself? Now that you've seen the depth of your inner power, what new challenges are you willing to take? What new potential are you willing to explore? These questions are your guide, and they will show you the path that lies before you. The journey is ongoing, the growth is continuous, and your potential is limitless. What are you going to do with that? And as you integrate this knowledge into your daily life, you will begin to witness the unfolding of your higher path. You will see abundance, love, and connection flowing into all areas of your life, and you will be able to manifest the life that you have always desired. The choices that you make now will ripple into your relationships, your career, and your spiritual journey, as long as they are aligned with the wisdom of this ancient prophecy. See yourself surrounded by people who support you, aligned with a career that fuels your soul, and experiencing a connection to the divine that fills you with joy and gratitude, and know that this is not just a dream, but that this is your destiny, and it is available to you now. Allow this vision to guide you and to empower you as you walk into this new chapter, because you are ready for it. What beautiful future will you create? The possibilities are endless. And finally, I encourage you to share your experiences in the comments below, to connect with others who are also walking this path of transformation. And if you have found value in this message, if it has resonated with your soul, please subscribe to this channel, because there is more guidance coming, there is more wisdom to be shared, and there is a community waiting to support you. And that your willingness to engage will pave the way for a brighter, more empowered future. What new path will you now choose? The future is in your hands. You are powerful, and your journey is only just beginning.